this is the project chart is given. These are the activities and the predecessors are shown here and the duration in days is given. So from this project chart we have to first draw the project network. Then after drawing the project network we have to find out the critical path in this network and total project completion time. That is, we have to find the critical path and then total duration. So activity A, it is the mother activity, no predecessor. Similarly, activity G and activity K, these are the mother activities. There are no predecessors of these activities. Now we know that in the network, in the graph, the activities are denoted through as the edges and the nodes denotes the events. So first draw the first activity. Let the first event is 1. So this is A activity. A activity between two events 1 and 2 and the duration is 6. Next B comes from A. So B comes from A. B activity comes from A activity. So let this is the duration is 4. Okay. Next C comes from B. C comes from B and the duration of C is 7 days. Okay. Next D comes from A. So D comes from A. Let this is D and the duration is 2. Okay. Again K comes from A. K comes from A and L comes from C and K. Okay. We have to optimize the dummy activities, that is the contains no resources. We can join the end node of C with the end node of K to optimize, to reduce the number of dummy activities. Now K comes from A. So let this is our K and the duration is 9. Okay. So A complete, B complete, C, next D, K. L comes from both C and K. C and K. So L comes from, this is your L. L comes from both C and K. E comes from D. So let this is our E, 5, 6 and the duration is 4. F comes from E. F comes from E and F. Let this is our F. The duration is 10. And G is the mother activity. G is the mother activity. So let this is G, 7. G and it takes 2. H comes from G and I comes from both J and H, and J is the mother activity. So let this is the J activity. J activity. Let this is 8. J complete, mother activity, no predecessor, and the duration is 13. J's duration is 13. Now H comes from G and I comes from both J and H. So I starts after the completion of both J and H, and H comes from G. So to reduce the number of dummy activities, we can easily draw this line. So this particular activity comes after the completion of G, so this would be H. This would be H, and the duration is 10 days, and I comes from J and H. So I comes from J and H. So let this is our I. 6. Okay. Now L comes from C and K. So L is complete, and N comes from both I and L. N comes after the completion of both I and L. Both I and L. Here this is I, this is L, and F, probably F will be the last node. Okay. So L and I should be joined in the same node. So let so this is L. The completion of L is 3 and I is 6, and N comes from both I and L. Both I and L. So this is the join point. So up to 8, this would be 9, and if we put M in this point, then it looks like M's come from after the completion of both I and L. So F and M, these are the activities, end activities, okay, and these the midpoint would be 10, and the completion time of M is 5. Okay, so this is the network. This is the network. This network is obtained from this chart. Now we have to find out the critical path in this network. For finding the critical path, we have to calculate the forward pass and the backward pass. We know that in case of forward pass, box 1 will always be initialized with 0. Then box 2, that is box 0 plus the activity length, duration, okay, D12, box 1 plus D12, so 0 plus 6, this will be 6. Next, box 3 will be 6 plus 4, that is 10, okay. Then box 4, but in box 4 there are 2 incoming edges, so box 4 will be the max of, the formula is the max of box 2 plus the duration 2, 4, or box 3 plus the duration 3, 4. So the box 4, the value of box 4 is 17. This would be 17. Okay. Next, box 5. So these are the forward pass. In case of forward pass, we have to calculate the earliest occurrence time of every events. Events are denoted as the nodes and activities are denoted as the arcs. So box 5 is equal to 6. This is the box 2 plus the duration 2 to 5, that is 6 plus 2, 8. 6 plus 2, 8. Box